All right. Guess I'm about to do another video to try to wake some of y'all up, man. Y'all sleep. And I guess I'm gonna just start it like this. When somebody dies, there's no need to mourn. I mean, cause that we already know they're not actually dead. They're sleeping. No one energy is not. It never goes away. They live on forever. You know. Uh, and there's no need to mourn when anybody dies. Really, if you mourn for someone, you mourn because they died in ignorance. They died in their sin. You know, these are real reasons with which to mourn for someone, even greater than the reasons that you find yourself mourning for someone on account of their passing. You know, because no man can kill the spirit. So all these people are deceived and deluded who think they actually kill people. They do nothing but kill their own souls, on the day of judgment, when the Most High comes back and found out that they attempted to take what was precious to someone. And the Most High is manifesting to them now that they didn't actually take anything, but they hurt their own souls. So when a person comes to me, or when a person says, I killed this, or a person feels like they have been slain, they're both of them are deceived, because no man kills and no man is slain, on account of the fact that the spirit lives forever. And the one who's worthy of fearing is the one who can dissolve, the spirit, the soul, in the fires of life. So ultimately, you have to look at this world for what it is. It's a time in which we go through in order to reach up to the pinnacle of perfect man. Connect ourselves back to the throne of God, which is within you. Reach deep within you, make yourself a right, and connect to the throne of God. Let me let this big truck pass here because it's about to make a lot of noise. I already know. It's all right though. And here's the thing. Reaching up to the throne, getting man back to his higher frequency, is done by nothing but purity in life. According to the scriptures, it says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed thereto according to the word of God." Your body must be pure. Your spirit must be pure. All these things must be pure and they must be one. And they must walk according to the word of God. Both body and spirit. To think to cleanse the spirit and not the flesh, you're wrong. They're one. They must walk hand in hand. To think to purify the flesh and not the inside, because a lot of y'all take baths and y'all clean as a whistle on the outside, but inwardly you're filled with all types of rottenness, filth and things like that, which I call ignorance. So it's worse for it's worth more to mourn. It's more correct to mourn for someone who's in ignorance than it is to mourn for someone who dies. Because that ignorance is what's causing you. That ignorance means you're already dead. That's the true death. Ignorance and unbelief. These are the true death of men. They're the true deaths of men. And they cause men to die each and every day, to cause discord and disharmony and death. Because A lot of y'all don't know. Look, here's a secret. I'm gonna say it real quick, but those who are spiritually inclined will understand. Here's a secret. The source of the Word of God. Here it is. The source of the Word of God is this: the hope of life and the abundance thereof. So he said, I place before you life and death. Choose. The word is life. A living word for living men through living prophets. So in life, you can look and see the living word. Because the Most High, every race, every country, we all have a language that we keep, okay? And we have symbols that cause us to communicate that language. We have sounds that cause us to communicate that language. But the language of the Most High is of such a kind that deed itself is the language with which the Most High speaks. So when you see all of this, y'all call it natural disaster. There's no such thing as natural disasters. Let's expel ignorance for a second. There's no such thing as natural disaster. All things are the result of law. Disasters are not natural. They're man-made in a sense of we have neglected the earth. We have neglected to care for creation and be the stewards that we were meant to be from day one. And in this respect, as a result of the misuse of God's creation, discord and disharmony and death is being produced all over the world. So now this is how you manifest the ways of death. If you take a deed and make it absolute, from that absolute form of the deed is life or is death produced. For example, if I take love, or something, give me a process. If I wake up every day and I pray to the Most High, this is bringing me back to the Most High in order for me to live. Making that absolute, which means I prayed every single day of my life, brings life. So you already know that this is an act of this is an act whereby life comes from that act. But if you take a deed like, let's say, homosexuality, and you make it absolute, the race of men dies off. We die, because no one is cultivating and creating kind after its own kind. So the race of men and the race of women, we all die off with this deed given its absolute power. So it's not conducive to life. That lets you know it's all about whether it's pro-life or anti-life. We need to understand that either pro-life or anti-life. That which is anti-life, that's what's sin. This is sin. The ways of discord and disease and destruction. Something that causes disharmony, this is sin. Something that causes discord, this is sin. Something that causes death, this is sin. Okay? And the one you're truly killing when you do the deed is yourself. So take eating animals, for example. If that were given its absolute power, animals would go extinct. As a matter of fact, it would be worse. It would be just as it is today. You got camps out there, animal concentration camps that are keeping these animals confined and killing them and doing all types of things. That has been the result of man's gluttony. Man's wanting to satisfy his insatiable palate, and the crazy thing is that he uses the vegetables that have the flavor to give flavor to flesh that has no flavor when it's just cooked with nothing at all. So why don't he just eat the thing that gives it flavor? And that doesn't make any sense to me at all. So ultimately, here's the thing. You know, ignorance is the greatest reason for which to mourn. And ignorance is far greater right now in this day and age than it has ever been in all of creation. We know nothing. We think we know nothing. A lot of us are going out here trying to create more than two genders, multiplying genders and things like that. Like, all of this is ignorance. And for that, I mourn. For that, I cry. For that, I sigh. Because mankind is ignorant. I mean, and in the eyes of the Most High, we are all stupid who do not follow after Him. And it's the saddest thing in the world. Yeah, ignorance is the thing for which I mourn, and I mourn greatly. But let me tell you something. According to prophecy, there's a great light coming. I'm talking about a light greater than the sun. Because the light of the sun is obscured. Even Abraham understood, and he knew this. He said the sun is the greatest power of all in all the earth, but it is not God, because he could see how its light is obscured or challenged by trees and by buildings and things like that, and causes its light not to shine on a certain degree or a certain measure of ground. And because of this, Abraham pointed out the weakness of the sun, the obscurity of the sun, and said that you can't possibly be God. You see, the power of God is absolute. You understand me? So there's a great light coming that will be absolute, that will show you everything for what it is. You understand me? You will be able to see everything for what it is, what nature it has on the inside as well as on the outside. And a lot of people who think you're beautiful now, but you're about to turn real ugly. And that light is right around the corner, but you're about to turn very, very ugly. You honor yourself because of beauty. You think you deserve something because you look good, or you look beautiful, or because you have a lot of money, or because you have stature and a lot of friends and things like that. You're about to turn real ugly. You're about to turn real ugly because there's a great light coming. And that great light is going to show out the ignorance that is in the earth. And when that ignorance is manifested, it's going to also manifest the knowledge, the truth, the wisdom. Those who have been walking according to the right way, they will be manifested. And look, in the book of Esdras, let me let this car pass here. But look, I'm going to tell you like this. In the book of Esdras, come on, you going to sit there, brother? Sister, whatever. But look, in the book of Esdras, you will find out that the salvation of the righteous is going to be strange to a lot of people. They're not going to know it, and they're not going to understand how one became reckoned among the sons of God. The ones who riled and beguiled and scorned and smit the sons of God. They're all going to be standing there with their all faces, while the sons of God are going to be standing there bold and in harmony with all of creation. You're going to find out that it's a strange salvation. You're not going to understand how they made it, and you didn't. Because you're going to think you walked in light, and you did not, because that light is going to reject you. Because when that light comes, everything is going to accept or receive what nature, everything of a nature is going to receive that which is of its own nature. Death is going to receive death. Life is going to receive life. Righteousness, righteousness. Wickedness, wickedness. All of these things are going to link up together. And if wickedness finds itself in you, it's going to attach to you. And it's going to sit up here and become you. You're going to see wickedness on a person, thievery on a person, homosexuality on a person. You're going to see all of these things on people, and they're going to manifest exactly what they are. And as a result of that, look, you're going to look it. There's a great light coming, and every man is going to look according to what they are. And when they look according to what they are, because this is what's called the book of life, they're going to be able to, not the book of their own life, actually. You're going to be able to look at your own book, what you've done in life. You're going to know. Every man, you all right now, you know when you act wickedly, when you do the wrong thing. You know it all too well, but you think you got away with it. You didn't. You know it all too well when you put your hands on another person, when you cheat and you steal from another person, when you covet what belongs to another person, when you're selfish and you walk over a person in need. All of this stuff is going to be manifested. Every wicked deed you've ever done is going to be manifested. A lot of y'all think that, I'm telling you, it's much tougher to get past the throne of God than it is to get past the courts of the world. To get past the Supreme Court, where justice is obscured. But before the throne of God, truth is not obscured. Justice is not obscured. Right is not obscured. Everything is clear. Everything is precise and absolute, because the one who is absolute is now sitting on the throne. Good is absolute in his presence. Righteousness is absolute in his presence. You understand me? In his presence, all things good persist, and everything evil and wicked flees. It does not approach. I'm talking about not even with a 50-foot pole, not even with a 100-foot pole, not even with a 1,000-foot pole. You can't touch the throne of God if you're wicked. You understand me? And all of this stuff is getting ready to happen. I'm telling you, you're about to be manifested for what you are, and it's going to kill you. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to want to kill yourself. You understand me? Because in the scriptures, it says men will be looking for death but can't find it. You won't be able to find it. You hear me? I'm going to tell you like this. There's a great light coming. That great light is judgment. That great light is justice and truth. Mercy and grace are going to pass away. You understand me? Mercy and grace has been here for a long time so that you can get it right, but you never got it right. And why you wasting every day, every minute, every second, every hour, why you wasting all your time thinking that you doing something because you done got your money, you done got your wealth, the Most High is getting ready to show you. There's a great light coming. There's a great light coming, and all y'all who wasted your time's gonna hate yourself. All y'all who raveled in ignorance, you're gonna hate yourself, because sin and ignorance is still sin. And all of those who think that they getting away just because they don't know, talking about ignorance is bliss, I'm gonna show you ignorance is death, not bliss. You're wrong. Ignorant, I'm gonna tell you, knowledge is bliss. That's what true bliss is. Peace is bliss. The understanding of peace, the understanding of truth. These are the things that are bliss. You wasting your time. And why you wasting your time? There are elect ones out there getting the knowledge. And once they manifest, they're going to be those who cleave to the elect ones, who have who have reached up and gotten a morsel of the knowledge and have kept that morsel of a knowledge that they've received. And those are the ones that are going to be able to cleave to the elect, because the elect are going to be looking for those that are like them and able to be like them. You understand me? And if you're not meant to be, the Most High is not going to let you step on their level. And when they realize that you're not able to step on their level, they're going to have to shun you and reject you. And I'm going to tell you like this. Why you done rejected all the people in your life, and that rejection that you've done to that one or to that two or to that three, those righteous that you have rejected lasted for only a morsel. And in fact, you rejected yourself from the word of the Most High when you rejected the righteous. And he's going to turn around and reject you. And the elect are going to stand right alongside him and do the exact same. You're going to be shunned, because now judgment is getting ready to come. That great light is getting ready to manifest. You better wake up. You better wake up fast. You've been warned.